Good morning. Welcome to another Unfiltered. This is going to be unfiltered because I want to talk about my twin flame. So I met him in the middle of COVID, and I was really impressed with his life decisions and the way he was with kids and his voice. But his voice would change. Like I would, of course I was stalking him on Facebook, and sometimes his voice was like, oh, I don't like that. But when he was with the kids, I was like, oh, I really like that. And then I just couldn't shake it. So I don't know I want to ask my guides about this twin flame thing, because it's like I love him no matter what he does. And he's breaking my heart. And I don't know. The twin flame thing feels like a relationship that will never have closure. And then another reason why I identified with him as my twin flame, not just like a crush, was that I had like a spontaneous Kundalini activation, definitely. I was having multiple orgasms just thinking about him, just standing there outside smoking. All of a sudden, maybe I was stoned the first time it happened, but it happened a few times. And he was the common denominator. So, and when we went on a walk once, and he said, I could just hang out all day orgasmic. Like he said that, I was like, did you really just say that? So, he's given me signs that he can't let this go either. But our egos are not a match for each other. And so I don't understand why I have to go through this. Except maybe eventually when our egos are both cleared, it will be good. It will happen. And it definitely, I think we had a past lifetime together in Atlantis or Lemuria, where that's what I remember of his core soul imprint on myself. And that's what I see when I listen to him. I recognize that aspect of him. But he doesn't. And I was insecure. I mean, I have been insecure like my whole life. So I wasn't ready for anything with that person who made me feel that way either. So it's a rocky road, but every time, I don't know. I just want their advice right now, because yesterday I just blocked them because I think we were trying to have these weird conversations on Facebook and Instagram that we only know we're having. But I think I hurt his feelings because we're not having a real conversation. We're just like, I posted a reel. And I thought it was funny, and I was like, oh, I'm glad he'll see that. And then I think I offended him. So, I don't know, I'm sad. I'm really sad. And this is the third day of my tobacco/coffee detox. So I am vulnerable. And that happened late last night when the kids wouldn't go to sleep. I read something he posted on Facebook, and it really hurt. And there's no reason why it should hurt, except that I'm hoping for something. It's not there. I'm really sad. So, Rosalind, Jocelyn, what are your words? What are your thoughts and words on this twin flame phenomenon? I know our egos get hurt and wounded because of our traumas. And I'm pretty sure he was traumatized by a woman at some point. And I'm bringing that out. I'm triggering him. So I forgive him. because I'm stupid. And, but I also just never want to talk to him again. But I'm not going to hang on to the anger because I just don't want to do that. And I know he just misunderstands me because of his trauma. Yeah. Oh, and like, I guess the connection that you feel, that Lemurian Atlantean connection that just feels perfect. That standard is so high that like no one else can meet it. No other man in the 3D can meet that. I would have to meet someone who fills me in a different way. Other than a perfect lifetime partner, it would have to be someone who, because I've struggled with trying to move on. I don't meet people a lot with 4 kids, you know. I hunker down at home a lot or take them to the park. Like, I don't meet people. So, I know people who have met people with kids, though. So, I mean, it's not impossible. Maybe it's just not the right time. But my kids are ready for me to have a boyfriend. But anyway, and I have heard people have partners that just make them feel loved. You know, I never had that. I loved Moez, but he wasn't overly affectionate. And I kind of wish I could be with someone who just makes me feel like a princess. I think that would be nice. Not that I have to be tough and protective and all that all the time. So, anyway, another thing about the Atlantean Lemurian connection is like, one thing that happened to me over COVID is I just stopped giving a fuck about what anybody thought. And so it was the combination of him and COVID. It was like, I don't care what anyone else thinks except him because he's my perfect match. I just feel it. And when you don't care what anybody else thinks, and COVID, because everybody's just going along with all these narratives of complete bullshit. Like, I don't even understand how people fell for it. So, I don't know, everything just seems like a cartoon. And I don't care what anybody thinks. And that confidence that came from feeling that match that could make me have an orgasm spontaneously, and just that I understand, I can see through the bullshit when no one else can. Not very many people could. It gave me confidence that I don't care. This is my journey, this is my life, and I'm gonna just follow it without worrying or caring about anybody else's opinion. So, oh gosh, it's 7 minutes in. So, Rosalind Jocelyn, I know you're always there at the ready. So, what are your thoughts on everything I just said? Dear Kelly, oh, my darling, our dear, yes, you deserve romantic love, and it will probably come from someone besides him. So why did I go through that? And you guys told me that he took a different path. I didn't want to believe it. I couldn't believe it. But clearly he did. So that's forever? Well, Kelly, we can't tell you what's forever. But we know that you still have healing to do. And he's not going to be the one to help you heal. Okay? Because that's not part of your story together. Eventually, maybe who knows how long down the road, you will have a mission together. But for now, your heart deserves something softer, something healing, in the type of healing that you need. So the twin flame introduction, well, that's what we want to discuss right now. Why are you introduced to this person before it's time? Well, everything's multi-dimensional, and and there are many reasons for, oh my gosh, I wonder if I'm not supposed to keep this video. That kind of thing is just, I can't focus with dogs barking. You met him, and like you said, you had this experience of remembrance. Okay, so number one, he reminded you of your 5D version okay, during Lemurian time, okay, and you reminded him, and that is a catalyst for you guys to go on healing journeys, okay, and everything that happens in that journey shapes you, just like everything else in your life. It shapes you. You know, you have high standards now. You know about what's important to you. You know, you can see and feel the version of yourself that you want to become more clearly, because when you want to impress someone, you think about the ways that you would see beauty in yourself, and then you try to become it. So meeting him initiated this path of healing towards your highest version that you still are figuring out, because you've got to do a little bit, and then the version of yourself becomes more clear, because you can only fathom like the next couple steps at a time. So there was a lot to the reason for why you met him before it was the right time. But also there were things holding you back, right? There were things holding you back from who you saw in him too. His ego is not aligned with who you are. So continue to send blessings, continue to forgive, continue to make peace with your situation, and create boundaries that help you make peace, and contemplate the judgments that you have around all that, because it's unconditional love that heals everything, and the unconditional love between you will heal the misguided thoughts that you both have about yourself and about each other. And eventually you'll both heal, because the earth is healing right now, and healing is coming to everybody, and then you'll see what you're capable of holding in partnership. But for now, it's not a match for you, Kelly, because you've got other sweet things awaiting you, okay? Yes, and the ego is shaped by your wounds, okay? The ego is holding on to protection and fear, and that was an aspect of the original separation from God. The ego was created during the original separation, which projected fear into the world. So, yeah, your ego is ugly. His ego is ugly. Give him space. Give him space to explore where he's at. Okay, leave him alone. Leave him alone. All right? You're bothering him. Leave him alone. And we know you deserve some comforting. And it's coming. It's coming in every single other form you can imagine, right? And this one tarot lady, who was it? It was an Archangel Michael reading, and she said that yes, your guides are putting these challenges in place. They're allowing these challenges to happen for you. But also Archangel Michael's protecting you from it being any harder than it has to be. Your cleanup, your ego cleanup, okay? So you're only going to go through what you need to go through to clear your karma. You're not taking on extra burden. You're protected from taking on extra burden. So continue to slow things down in your mind with meditation. Clean up your house so that there's no clutter. Okay, work on these things. You know that's what you need to do so that you can be your highest version for your children first. Your children need you to be your highest version, or you're never going to have peace if you're not your highest version for your children, and you don't want to welcome anyone in to a huge mess. And that is all set for your specific journey, Kelly, to go through. So don't feel bad like you're a messy person and feeling guilty. Just, this is your unique journey, and you have guidance to deal with it. So keep your head down and stay focused, and cultivate self-love so that you don't need it from other people. and appreciate it where it shows up, from your kids, from the animals, from synchronicity and blessings and nature. Okay, go hiking. Best friends. I have a lot of really good friends. All right, there's a lot to be grateful for. And so it is.